Hi, my name is June, and today I'm going to talk about the speech called What It Means to Be Colored in Capital of the US. The author was Mary Church Taylor, and she was born in September 23rd, 1863, and she wrote a book called A Colored Woman in White America. She was the daughter of former slaves. Her both parents were slaves. And she was one of the first African American women to earn a college degree. And before we talk about it, here's I'm gonna say. I think there's no right and wrong for analysis of like reading or speech or anything. It's like a different idea. Even though everybody read same thing and heard same thing, they're gonna have different idea or motivation or inspiration. So here's just what I got. Okay, first of all, she talked about the name of the Washington DC, which is the capital of America. And from back then, Washington DC called the colored man's paradise. I mean, it was right after the slaveholder war, so people actually can see the colored people working as a free man. So that's why people called it. But according to her, she said it's ridiculous and inappropriate name. It couldn't be worse. Because from back then, the colored people's life is so different as paradise. Different from the paradise. So she moved to DC when she was 15 years old. And basically this story is based on her actual experience, and this is like what she felt as a racism and what she saw. And one of the examples is she talked about she might walk miles without finding a place to lay her head. I mean, from back then there was no place for colored people. And also, as a colored woman, she may enter more than one white church in DC without receiving that welcome which as a human being. She has the right to expect in the sanctuary of God. I mean, it's church. And religious didn't take her food. And also, from one of the theater, she had experienced that she was excluded altogether as colored people. There were certain seats are set aside for colored people to be separate from white people. There were separate seats in the theater. And she also talking about the education, and from back then, the schools started to accept colored students, but they're all excluded in the classroom. I mean, they use separate chairs, separate desks, and just got different education. And even if they graduated from school, it should be really hard to find a job. She talked about an example, and there was a young woman who is colored, and there's open opportunity for a job, so she got the application. And she answered certain questions and just turned to it. And few days later, she got a phone call from white man in the company, and he asked about her race. Obviously, she didn't want to talk about it. because it should be a disadvantage of her. So she didn't tell, and he left it as a blank. However, eventually when she told the truth, when she told the truth, when she said truth, all she got is like, the job is not suitable for you. And this speech was based on her experience and what she saw and what she felt from back then. And I mean, she wants to fix it. But I think it's not only the wrong time ago, but also nowadays. I've experienced that as a colored people, and I didn't enjoy it. And also, I don't get it. America is the greatest country in the world. That's why so many people want to live here. That's why here are so many immigrants. So I think racism is still out there, but I think it should be fixed. It should be erased. It should stop. Thank you.